What's going on, YouTube? All right, today I'm gonna walk you guys through how I structure my training, my nutrition, and how I implement my habits and how I'm able to just follow a strict schedule without ever missing, and how you could do the same just by following my methods and just the strategies I'm gonna start showing you, and that way you could just take it and implement whatever you believe is gonna benefit you, right? With training, right? Let's start with training programs, start building out Lewis's program. This is going to be, we're going to start main gaining from here on out, right? So let's go main gaining phase one. It's going to start tomorrow, Monday, and the first mesocycle. So mesocycles are basically training blocks, right? And as you start advancing in your training career, those mesocycles or durations of time where you're going to be consistently training get shorter and shorter. Why? You start becoming efficient at exercise execution, at progressive overload, and eventually you're going to get to a point where you're not when the body can no longer progress because now you're in a state of fatigue, systemic fatigue. Um, it could be high cortisol, just like a whole bunch of different factors that go into the recovery process while you're in a training phase, right? So when you're just starting off, you could go make up to like 6 to 8 months without ever taking a deload, and a deload's just a rest period. It could be 3 days up to 2 weeks, really depending on how much did you fuck it up during your training phase. Because then once you implement the deload or the rest week, you're gonna give your body a whole week to recover, and once you come back to the training, it's gonna feel good. Your pumps are gonna be back. You're gonna start progressing again, and this is how we avoid plateaus by instead of auto-regulating. By auto-regulating, I mean just going based off feel. We actually program in rest weeks. That way we never see plateaus and we're always progressing, right? So I would say I'm more like intermediate to advanced. I have been doing this for like 5 to 6 years. So I kind of know my body very well. And it's usually like I can't go more than 5 weeks of hard training to failure and progressing week to week, where usually on that 6 week is where I either get sick because my body's in an ultra state of fatigue, or I don't progress anymore. So I usually do 5 weeks, and that's 4 weeks training, then that rest, then that deload week, right? And I'll usually repeat it: 4 weeks training, deload, and then like that. And then that's how usually my mesocycles go. If you're just starting out, this could be up to 8 weeks, it could be 12 weeks, 16 weeks. It really depends on you and where you're at in your training. That's something that you just have to kind of figure out as you go. Like, how many weeks can I go progressing without seeing a plateau? Once you get to that plateau, you kind of know, okay, that's probably when I have to start inserting the deload week. So again, for me, it's 4 weeks straight of training. I'm gonna put five. That way I know the fifth week is a deload week, right? It's gonna start here, ends in weeks. We're gonna save that. Awesome. Now we're starting. I put maintaining phase one. Main gaining, because we're gonna be in a slight surplus. Okay. Awesome. Phase one. Cool. So they have the AI builder. I never use it just because my clients pay me to do their programming, and it's all personalized, tailored to their specific needs or lifestyles, what type of habits they want to implement. And I'm going to do the same with me. So we're going to go new. So I'm thinking of doing a 5 day split. So when it comes to split, guys, it depends on how much time do you have during the week, where you're at in your training career. Usually, the further advanced you get, probably the more times you have to be in the gym, just because your body just needs that extra push to grow. But if you're just starting out, you could get away with 3 times a week of full body training, maybe even 2 times a week of full body training. What I usually recommend for everybody is just either 3 to 4, depending on their schedule. If it's 3 times, it's going to be a full body split. If it's 4 times, it's going to be an upper lower split. For me, I found that 5 days of training is the sweet spot. So the first day, is going to be a posterior day. So how you want to start setting up your training is, what are your weak points? If you're just starting out, everything's a weak point. So you just want to grow. So you don't want to specifically emphasize on one thing. Based off my previous show, what the judges told me, that my frame is good, my structure is good. I do have to add more size just everywhere, but specifically my lats and my back. So I have to make sure in this training phase that I emphasize a little more of my back. By emphasizing, I mean doing more volume, so more sets and reps, hitting them more frequently throughout the week. So maybe instead of one time a week hitting back, I go more like 2 to 3 times based off how my body recovers from it. So I'm going to start with a posterior day. Posterior. Posterior. There we go. Posterior. Regular. Let's start building. Cool. We're here. Now, with a posterior day, I'm thinking whole backside, right? Because that's what's lacking. And we start the day off right. And you also want to start, okay, whatever muscle groups you want to emphasize or you really want to focus on, start the week off with that one, because that's when you're coming off a rest. You're going to feel fresh. You're going to feel strong, energized. So let's put the most energy and focus on the things that we have to develop. So let's start with posterior. We could smash some, let's go hamstrings. Hamstring. Okay. Cool. We could go with like a seated hamstring curl. I like that. Seated hamstring curl. I probably have right here. Sometimes I don't like the exercise videos that the app comes with, so I'll make my own. And again, as you're starting out with your training phase, you want to start with the least amount of volume possible. That way, as you continue to train, you could progress upward, right? And then there comes to a point where you can no longer progress, and then that's when you have to take the deload again, right? So we're going to start with 2 sets, and as the week goes on, based off my soreness, how I'm recovering, how performance is going, I could just start increasing sets. Maybe I start increasing sets the second week. Instead of 2, I go to 3, and then 4, maybe even 5 by the end of it, just depending. But with hamstrings, usually it doesn't take that much to stimulate them. They do tend to get sore very, very quickly, at least for me. So I'm going to do 2 sets. And then I usually want to go anywhere from 10 to 15. And then my rest with hamstrings should be a minute. Nothing too crazy. Again, don't concentrate a lot on the rest time. What I've read through the literature and just based off personal experience, what you want to do is just, if your heart rate's back to normal, that stinging feeling went away, you're pretty much good to go. For me, it takes about a minute. So boom. So we're going to start with seated leg curl. Then we got to work on our glutes. Hip thrust. Let's go machine hip thrust. Hip thrust machine. Here we go. That's fine. Yeah. That's a good hip thrust. I like that one. And again, let's start with low volume 2. And here, let's go a little heavier, 8 to 12. Cool. And I know we said posterior, but I did want to throw in a little bit of quad work. That way they start getting stimulated. And I want to do the hack squat. It's been a while since I've hack squatted. So I'm super excited to get back into that. And again, let's start with 2. And hack squats, I like 1 heavy and then 1 light. So since we could only do 1 here, I'm just going to put 6 to 15. And then I'm going to move my ugly mug right there. And then instructions, I'm going to just remind myself, okay, hack squat, 1 set, heavy, parentheses, 6 to 10, comma, 1 set, light. It's still going to be training hard. I just say light, so I get light in the weight, but 10 to 15. Cool. We're good there. So we got seated leg curl, hip thrust, hack squat, all checked off. We're going to come here. Now, I think we're pretty much done with legs. Those three are pretty fatiguing. That's gonna fuck me up, especially if you're training to failure. Now let's get into a very heavy row. So I'm loving the T-bar. Let's go there. T-bar row, beautiful chest supported T-bar row right here. Again, we're gonna start with 2. This one, 8 to 12. That should be on the fucking money. So we got T-bar rows. Then we're gonna smash some rear delts. Rear delt. If they have a rear delt fly, that'd be great. If not, we're gonna create it. Reverse seated. That guy's form is atrocious. You know what? I'm gonna create it. That way I show you guys how I create this. We're gonna go here. So machine rear delt fly. Custom YouTube. We're gonna take out this link. We're gonna come here. YouTube. Boom. Let's go. Rear delt fly, and RP always has the best execution. So rear delts, they have a whole playbook on it. And where is it? Here we go. Machine reverse fly. Let's mute this shit. All you gotta do, come here, copy, paste. I do plan on recording all these exercises and me demonstrating them. By next week, I'm gonna have a videographer just record me doing one set of every exercise I usually have for myself and my clients programmed. That way it's actually myself performing the exercise. But for now, this will do. Boom, rear delt fly. Awesome. We go here and it should be updated. Awesome. Boom. Let's start with 2. And then what we're going to do with this rear delt fly is we're going to do a myo rep match set. So what that basically means is that on the first set, I'm going to go to failure. And that failure is going to be, again, rear delts are a small muscle. So you want to pump them with a lot of reps. 15 to 20. And then I'm going to go here. Rear delt fly myo rep match. So what I was saying was, what a myo rep match is, on the first set, I'm going to go to all out failure. I'm going to fall somewhere in that 15 to 20 range, right? On the second set, I'm going to try to match it. But if I went to true failure, I'm never going to be able to match what I did on the first set, because that's when my muscle was at its maximum capacity. It was fresh. It was at its strongest point because it hadn't been used. Now that my muscle's fatigued, it's not going to be able to perform to its 100% on that second set. And that's how you know if you're training intensely or not. Because if you are matching or even going past the amount of reps you did on the first set, that means you're training like a pussy and you're not going to all out failure on that first set. So all out failure on that first set, and then we're gonna match it on the second. Like I said, we're not going to be able to match it straight. For example, let's say we get 20 reps on the first one. We're not going to be able to get 20 on the second set. So what we're going to do is, let's say we bang out 16. We're going to take a 5 to 10 second rest, and then we're going to go back into it and just do the remaining, right? So myo rep match. That gives me a good idea of what I have to do. So again, let's say I get 20 on the first set. I went to all out failure. On the second set, I'm not going to be able to repeat it because I'm already fatigued in that local muscle, right? That second set, let's say all out failure, I get 16, take 5 to 10 seconds, a couple of deep breaths, and then get the remaining. If you're not able to get the remaining 4 in this example, then again, you got 2, take another 5 to 10 seconds, and then get the other 2. So it doesn't really matter how many sets it takes you, you just got to match. And what this does, guys, it increases volume and muscular fatigue without you having to do more sets, because your approaches to failure now, instead of me approaching failure twice with 2 regular sets, now I'm able to take it past failure with just taking a 5 to 10 minute rest. I approach failure, 5 to 10 second rest, approach failure, 5 to 10 second rest, and again, hitting failure again. What this does is breaks down the tissue even more and allows for more volume, which in the long term leads to more muscle growth. So we got seated leg curl, hip thrust machine, hack squat, T-bar row, machine rear delts, and let's finish off with some calves. And let's go regular standing calf. Machine standing calf. Is he going all the way down? Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Boom. Let's start with 2 again. And let's go high reps on this. 2, 2. 15 to 20. That's my posterior. Easy. Let's save. Awesome. Day 1. So we're going to go posterior. My next day is going to be a push / arms day. We got the back, the whole posterior taken care of. So now we got chest and arms remaining on that second day, right? So let's start with a cable fly. Let's go cable fly. Let's see what I like. Ooh, I like this one. Cable seated chest fly. Let's run it with that. Again, let's start low, 2 sets. Anywhere from 10 to 15. I always like starting with the fly just because it warms up my chest, my shoulders. I get a deep stretch. And that way I go into my pressing movement. It feels so much better. I feel a better mind-muscle connection with my chest because it's already warmed up, properly stimulated. So let's go here. And I'm thinking just a regular machine press. So machine, chest, press. Nothing too crazy. I love this. Here we go. 2. Yeah, let's go a little heavier on this one. Let's go anywhere from 8 to 12. Beautiful. And again, I'm usually on that 60-second mark. I don't follow this strictly. If I got to take longer, I will. Boom, boom. Chest is done. 4 sets to start off. We're good there. Now we got to hit arms. This is out. Let's go biceps first, and then we'll end it with triceps. So we could do like face away curls. Face away, if they have it. No, they don't have it. Let's make it. Let's go cable. Face away curls. Awesome. YouTube. Let's see if they have it. Do they have that? Doesn't seem like it. Is this good? I would rather step a little front, but maybe just for the sake of time. Yeah, let's just go there. It's not horrible. Boom. Copy. Training program. Face away curls. Take this out. Enter that. Awesome. Exercise. Boom. Face away curls. Easy. Let's throw there. And again, we're starting with 2, nothing too crazy. And this one, we are getting a myo rep match. So, face away curls, myo rep match. Easy work. With the face away curls, just go 10 to 15. Loving that. 1 bicep just to hit them. That's pretty much good because we got biceps the following day, which we're going to get into. So just to stimulate them a little bit, that's awesome. Again, guys, with the smaller muscle groups, you want to hit them more frequently throughout the week. They tend to recover faster. So your calves, biceps, side delts, rear delts, depending on what you're lacking, and if you want to improve them, just hit them more frequently throughout the week. Okay, let's get into triceps. Let's do a tricep pushdown. Easy work. Boom, boom. Let's go 8 to 12. That's where I feel good there. And then and right here, machine tricep dip. That's perfect. I love those. And then since we went 8 to 12 on the tricep here, let's add a little more volume, a little more diversity, and let's go 12 to 15 there. Awesome. And boom, tricep, cable, boop, 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 boop. Yep, we're done there. That's a good push day. I'm not going to force it. Got my chest, got my biceps, got my triceps out of the way. Perfect. We're going to save this. Easy work. Boom. New. This one's going to be biceps and legs, boys. Here we go. Biceps. All right, for this bicep, since we did biceps a day prior, they're going to be a little fatigued. So let's go single arm. That way if there's any muscle imbalances, unilateral movements are an excellent choice. And always start with the weaker one. That way the weaker one catches up to the stronger one, right? So we could do like a single, SA preacher. Do they have a machine preacher? No, they have this. No machine preacher, though. Let's create it. Single arm machine preacher curl. YouTube, boom. Let's take this out. Let's go here. Single arm machine. Damn, this one's pretty good. I'm not loving it. None of these are. I mean, if I gotta do a dumbbell, I don't mind doing the dumbbell, to be honest. Let's just go with the dumbbell. Why complicate things? Boom. Let's take this out. Single arm preacher curl. Here we go. Let's start with 2 sets, and we're gonna myo rep this to get a little more volume. So single arm preacher. And we're gonna myo rep match the second set as well. And since we did 10 to 15 on the face away curls, let's add a little more volume here. Let's go 15 to 20. Yeah. Let's go here. 60 seconds. Not that it matters, but okay. That's all we're going to do for biceps. So now, let's get into legs, right? We got that. Single arm preacher. Let's get into laying. Let's hammer some hamstrings again. Laying curl. Awesome. Boom. Let's go here. Done. Single arm preacher. Laying curl. Awesome. We did 15 to 20 on the seated curl. Again, let's go 15 to 20 here. Awesome. Like that. Let's go leg press. Now, you guys saw me on both the posterior day and this leg day. I always start with hamstrings. Why? Because the hamstrings also involve knee flexion. So if I involve knee flexion, not only am I stimulating my hamstrings, but I'm also warming up my knee joints and my quads with that knee flexion, which is why I always like to start with hamstrings. Plus, quads are a very big muscle and they're extremely fatiguing if you are training properly. After I get all my quad work done, I don't want to do anything else. I'm just fucking dead and I want to go home and eat. So that's why I start with these. Plus, I want my biceps to grow and hamstrings to grow as well. So they're all prioritized. And then I got pretty big quads already, so it's not a main focus for me. We're going to go here, 2 sets of leg press. 10 to 15 is perfect. Let's go leg extension. Leg extension. Machine. Here we go. Let's go 2 sets. Okay. 25. 25 reps. So we are going to myo rep match our whole way through 25 reps. You're not supposed to get it all at once. So myo rep. So notice how it's myo rep and not myo rep match, because we're not matching anything. We're just going to take as many mini sets as it takes to get to 25 reps. And of course, I'm going to put it on a weight that I'm not able to get 25 reps straight. I'm going to go heavier, where I could go like 18, 19 straight, take breaks, and I'm not getting off the chair, because if you get off the chair, you're going to lose tension. So you want to make sure that that tension on the leg extension is stretching the fuck out of your quads. That way you start breaking down all those muscle fibers even while you're resting. So even while you're resting, that shit is burning. You're going to want to cry just because the constant tension, but keep pushing through it. It's all in here, I promise you. You're going to get there. So myo rep, we're going to 2 sets of 25. Beautiful. And then let's finish off with calves again. And let's go leg press calves. Leg press calves. Here we go. Damn, I just saw it. Here we go. Leg press calves. And again, 2 sets. We did did we do 15 to 20 or 10 to 15 on the other one? Let's go 15 to 20 just in case. 15 to 20. And we're good there. Save. That's a beautiful leg day. Let's see what we did on. Oh, we did 15 to 20 on the standing. Save. So let's go edit. Let's go 10 to 15 just to switch up the rep ranges. Because there's type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers. Please get these confused. If type 1 are the fast twitch and type 2 are the slow twitch, why don't we just fucking search it up? Type 1 muscle fibers. Specialized in endurance. Okay, so type 1 is actually the slow twitch. Was I correct? I'm not sure. Slow twitch, and then type 2 are the fast twitch. So slow twitch is more for like endurance athletes. So quads are more of a slow twitch muscle group, just because we use them more. And then the fast twitch is more for power. So fast twitch, in terms of reps, you're looking at like anywhere from 1 to 10 reps. You start activating those slow twitch muscle fibers once you get past like that 10 rep, like 10 plus. You want to make sure you activate both muscle fibers within your workouts, and that happens through just different rep ranges, right? Which is why there's like the 5 to 10 rep range for the fast twitch, and then there's a slow twitch for the 15 to 20. And you want to make sure you're hitting all muscle fibers. That way everything grows. And you just grow more effectively. Okay, legs, done. Next, that's 3 out of the days. Now we're just going to round it out. We're going to do a pull day. Again, more back. So we're hitting back twice. I want to start with a pull down. Lat. Pull down. Nice and fucking easy. Let's let these load for a little bit. Cool. Okay. So let's start with the pull down. Normal grip pull down, nothing too crazy. Boom. Let's go 2 sets. On the pull down, let's go 8 to 12. After that, let's go into assisted pull-ups. I love assisted pull-ups, man. Machine parallel. And let's go with a parallel grip. That way you start activating a little more biceps. So 2 sets, and this one will go 10 to 15. Beautiful. And then let's finish off with a seated cable row. Awesome. Cable flexion row. Yes, even better. And this is going to be close grip. And here, let's go. So we got 10 to 15. Let's go like 14 to 18 here, just to really fuck up that back. And we're hitting every muscle fiber. So we start low. As we're the freshest, we want to go the heaviest. And then as we get more and more fatigued, we start increasing those reps and we start driving blood, more blood, and increasing that pump as the workout progresses, right? So three these three back exercises should be fucking money. We're hitting lats, we're hitting rhomboids, we're hitting erectors. We got the whole back covered now. Cool. Now, let's get into biceps. Let's go. We could do just like a regular easy bar curl. Nothing. I don't want to complicate things. Easy bar curl, standing. Yeah, right here. 2. Let's go heavy as fuck on this. 6 to 10. Loving that. And then let's do like a hammer curl. Hammer rope. Rope curls. Here we go. Boom. Let's go boom. And let's go 15 to 20 on these curls. Yeah. Now we're talking. And then let's finish off this pull day. Again, we haven't hit side delts the whole week up until now, which is, my side delts are very dominant. Like I got, like they pop out a lot. So I'm not completely focused on them, which is why they're just at the end of the workout. If you struggle with your shoulders, start with them and then go into your back movements. And again, if you want to really grow your shoulders, do it like 3 to 4 times a week and then sprinkle in across, sometimes at the end, sometimes at the top. So this goes here. Let's do cable, lateral, cable, lateral, leaning cable. All of this just to finish off. 2, and let's go 10 to 15. And then we could even mile rep match this. I think it's good there though. Yeah, this is a phenomenal day. Maybe I'll change it. Maybe I'll change it to a mile rep. But for now, let's keep it like that. Once I do this actual day, I'll see how it feels, and if I still have enough energy to mile rep this last set, then we'll go for it. Save. Awesome. New. And last day, let's go a push day. Here we go. And again, remember, I always like starting with a fly. So incline, fly. I love these. We could even do a machine fly. Like I have a machine. Do they have it? No, but we could customize it. Here we go. YouTube. Let's go machine incline fly. Here we go. Let's see if they have it here. There's one specifically at Smash. It's similar to this. Very similar to this. Let's see if they have it. Yeah, it's this one. Love it. Yeah, let's do this one. I like this video. Let's go here. Copy. Go machine. Machine incline fly. YouTube. And boom. Awesome. There it is. Save, exit, and refresh. There she is. Boom. Let's go 2. And again, let's start off. Let's warm them up. 10 to 15. And then let's go into an incline dumbbell press. Beautiful. 2 sets. Here, we're gonna do what we did with the T-bar rows. We're gonna go one heavy and then one lighter. We want a top set and then kind of a back off set. Both still to failure. That monster's getting me. Okay. So let's go incline dumbbell. Let's go 1 heavy, 6 to 10, 1 light, 10 to 12. Beautiful. Boom, boom. And then here I put 6 to 12. Beautiful. There we go. Awesome. So, machine, boom. That's wrapped up. 2 sets there, right? Let's go here and do a triceps. So with triceps, I'm going to go single arm extension, single arm. Do they have it? Single arm tricep. They have this one. Don't like it though. Single arm tricep push down. And I'm gonna do this cuffed. So by cuffed, I mean that attachment that you put on the wrist. That way, I'm not like with my wrist with a handle. Your hand is pronated. That kind of fucks up your wrist a little bit, especially the heavier you go. So with the cuff, you're able to attach it on the wrist. Your hand can stay neutral. It doesn't have to. It's not going to be supinated or pronated. The cuff there, and then you could just stretch out and really maximize the tricep tension. So I'm gonna put cuffed, boom, and I'll show you on YouTube how that looks like. Single arm cuffed cable extension. Here we go. There it is. That's beautiful work. I would like his other hand to be holding onto something that we get. Here we go. My boy Jared Feather knows what's up. That's why I study under the greats. Here we go. Boom. Beautiful. There we go. Crazy. Let's go here. Should be there. Awesome. We're going to do 2 sets of this, and we're going to fuck them up 20. There we go. After this, we're going to do some deficit push-ups. Really mess the triceps up and the stimulate the chest too. Deficit push-ups. Beautiful. Let's go 2 sets. AMRAP. What the fuck does AMRAP mean? As many reps as possible. 2 sets of as many reps as possible. That should just put the finishing fucking touches. And then again, let's go side delts. And we're gonna hit them back to back. Side delts, at least for me, they rarely get sore. So I could hit them every day if I wanted to, and these motherfuckers just grow. Okay. So we did the leaning. So here we could do like a behind the back. Behind the back lateral. Yeah. Here we go. 2. Boom. And let's go. We did 10 to 15 on the other one, right? Let's go 15 to 20 here. Beautiful. And that should wrap up today. Boom. I think my training split's done. Boom, boom, boom. This looks crazy. I love it. And now we're going to schedule it on the calendar. So we're going to start with posterior. Posterior is going to be every Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then remember the 5th week, 5. Let's go there. But the 5th week's going to be a deload, so I'm not going to put it. I'm just going to go 4 weeks on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Every Monday. Then we're going to go posterior. Then it's going to put push on arms. Schedule every Tuesday. Beautiful. Then we're going to go to biceps and legs every Wednesday. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to rest Thursday We just hit 3 days in a row of hard training, so we need a little break. And then we're going to start with pull again on Friday. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going to finish off with push. Saturdays. Crazy. And then again, we're going to rest Sunday. Let's see how it's looking on the calendar. Glorious. Let's see the next month. Awesome. Everything's programmed. That way I do not miss any days. Perfect. And we're going to be able to track all this. That way we make sure that we are progressing. Next, we got training taken care of. Let's get into nutrition, daily nutrition goals. Here we go. We're going to edit this. I'm going to show profile. Yep, I'm 26. I'm a male. I'm 6'1". I'm very active. And I'm about 209, 210. Although it says August 22nd of 2025, that's when I was using this back in the day. Coincidentally, I'm the same weight, but with a whole complete different body composition. I'll probably show you how I look now compared to how I look then. I'll pop it up on the screen. That way you see at the same weight what main gaining and a proper system is able to do for you. Okay, so I don't want to main gain. I want to be in a slight surplus. So it's going to put me at 3,600 calories. Awesome. Use this. Now, calories and macros, great. Fats, I think a 30-30-40 split is good. Remember, I'm not prioritizing carbs as heavy because I do want to focus on productivity. So a lot of my meals are going to be proteins and fats, and carbs are only going to be pre, intra, and post workout. Okay, so this is good. I like these macros. Lower the protein a little bit, 248 grams. Yeah, about 250 grams is usually what I have. 294. Yeah, and I'll go adjusting this as the weeks progress, just based off like how I end up. The calories and the protein are what really most important, and the carbohydrates around the workout window. Now, outside that workout window, I'm gonna have to play with the fats to see where I usually end up with. But this is a great starting point. Let's save this. Great, 3,600 calories, beautiful money. So we got daily nutrition done. Now we're gonna implement the habits, right? Because I need to know. I'm a guy that works off structure. Let's go daily water goal. I usually drink about 6 liters. So let's go here. 6,000. We're going to start on Monday. No end date. Yep, that's great. 6,000 liters. 22 converted. Beautiful. Great. We got water taken care of. Next, habits. Very fucking important for me. Custom habits. We're going to wake 4:45. The hell? 4:45 a.m. over the next 5 weeks. Even though I do it, but I like scheduling it. And we're going to start this on Monday. So Sundays I wake up at 7 a.m. So Monday through Saturday, 5:45. Good. Boom. Love that. Next. After that, we're going to implement our cardio. Morning cardio. 20 minutes. I'm just going to put morning cardio, and that's going to be every day. I do cardio every morning. Sometimes I'll do Stairmaster. So Monday through Thursday, I usually do Stairmaster. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll map it out for you guys. That way, Stairmaster, 20 minutes. Awesome. We're going to start this Monday, add, cool, and then habit. Here we go, custom. Then incline walk, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for 30 minutes. The next 5 weeks, we're going to start this Monday, add Coolio. Let's check it out. Yeah. Stairmaster, incline walk. Beautiful. I'm loving this. Loving it, fucking loving it. Next, habits. After that, I have to incorporate my meditation every morning. Meditation, 10 minutes. And that's every fucking day for the next 5 weeks. We're going to start this. Boom, add. Great. Next habit, it's going to be cold shower. That's going to be in the mornings after my cardio and meditation. That's going to be every day for the next 5 weeks. Starting on Monday, we're going to add that. Beautiful. And then the last little to do that I want to implement is custom habits. Is my 5-4-5. So what my 5-4-5 is 5 goals, 4 morning to dos, and then 5 shit to dos for the next day coming up. And I do this every night. 5-4-5 nightly. Right. Just to make sure I prepare for the next day. That way I know exactly what to do on my to-dos. I like writing my goals down every night just to make sure I start visualizing them. I start becoming the man I claim I am. I put thought to paper, which then forces me to take action on that. Because if you're just thinking about it, once you write it down, you're almost making a commitment to yourself. Oh shit, now I have to get it done, right? Boom. Add. Great. Let's check the calendar. Let's see if we're missing anything. This looks great. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. On these 2 rest days, right? Well, every Sunday, I'm going to start doing the sauna just to improve recovery a little bit. So, habits, custom habits, and sauna, 20 men every Sunday for the next 5 weeks. Beautiful. Add. So I got my nightly to-dos, 5 goals, 4 morning tasks, and then 4 shit to-dos for the day to help productivity. I start with waking up, then I hit my cardio, then I go into my meditation, and then I finish off my cold shower, and I could start my productive day. Cool. Calendar. Awesome. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to force myself to keep on track, right? So I'm going to click here, the day itself, and I'm going to go body stats and photos. So that way, every Monday, automatically, this app is going to remind me to input my body weight, my fasted morning weight, and to take pictures. That way, to make sure we're progressing in the right direction. And if maybe we ate a little bit too much or we're under eating, we're not progressing in weight, we got to make adjustments. But this assures us that we're tracking progress and we're headed in the right direction. So it's going to be every Monday for the next 5 weeks. Apply. Add. Cool. Now we got every Monday is our check-in. So we got to take progress pictures and track body stats. And then that's going to be here on our progressions. Our progress pictures are going to go right here. This is going to have a chart for us to see how our body weight goes. And we have body fat, lean muscle, fat mass, BMI, resting heart rate, blood pressure. We could track everything, right? We could even do body measurements. But again, doesn't really need to be that specific. But yeah, in terms of steps, I have my Whoop, which tracks my steps. And let's add that, right? Let's track every single metric we can. So steps, new habit. Let's go. Steps. Let's go daily. Steps. 8 to 10K. Next 5 weeks. Boom. 30. Every day, 8 to 10K steps. Make sure we're moving, we're staying active. We keep our insulin sensitivity high. That way we also, since we are in a slight caloric surplus, we want to make sure we stay as lean as possible. The leaner you are, the more receptive and your body's going to be more responsive to whatever you do to it. Like your training is going to respond better, your nutrition, how your body breaks down food, your carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Staying insulin sensitive is a huge part of this whole process. So we want to make sure we're getting our cardio in, staying as lean as possible. But we don't want to be obsessed with having our abs because again, we are trying to put on muscle. Little by little, they are going to start fading just because of the order of things. But it doesn't mean we have to get sloppy. We could still look crispy with a little more body fat. Great. We got here calendar. So I got my let's track everything. Got my to dos. Got my daily steps. Everything looks good. Got my progress pictures every Monday. Body weight, awesome. I'm loving this. I think we checked this off. All right, boys. And now I go to my dash, right? I'm gonna see nothing here besides my nutrition goals. But tomorrow, things to do tomorrow, everything's gonna be here. My water, I gotta track it. My nutrition, I gotta track it in here. I know it's posterior day tomorrow. I gotta take my pictures. I gotta track my body weight, and then I have to check off all these to dos, and that way I hold myself accountable, and my clients also get to see me do this journey with them. Because if I'm not leading by example with my clients, like what type of coach am I? I'm not going to just tell you what to do and me be a fat fuck or a lazy fuck and not go out and do it myself. It's always lead by example. But yeah, boys, that's how I usually set up my training, my nutrition, my habits. Took you a little bit of like why I do the things I do, my thought processes behind what I do. I hope you got some valuable information off this and you could apply it to your own systems. That way you could reach your goals, okay? If you're new on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment. I respond to almost every comment, even the negative ones. um, and yeah, if you haven't seen me on Instagram, it's at Coach Lou on Instagram. Follow me there. That way I document my whole journey. I post like fucking 30 stories a day. I walk you through everything. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it.